researchers from the University of Birmingham wanted to see what's happening to our long-term memory with all this technology that we're becoming more and more dependent on. So what they found is that our long-term memory is pretty crappy because we rely on our smartphones or our computers to just look information up whenever we need it, and then we'll forget that information right away. So the study examines the memory habits of 6,000 adults in the UK, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Belgium, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg, and they found more than a third would turn first to their computers to recall certain information. Now, the information wasn't, okay, what do you know about the French war, right? It wasn't anything like that. It was simple things like, what's your phone number? And here's what they found. The UK had the highest level, with more than half searching online for the answer first. Many adults who could still recall their phone numbers from childhood could not remember their current work number or numbers of family members, right? Look, I'm guilty of this. I don't know my phone number by heart. Sometimes I'm like, wait, hold on, let me just look this up real quick. Yeah, I think I only know my mom's number by heart, and that's it.
No, I'm amazed that it's only a third. I don't know anybody's number. Okay, I don't know my wife's number. Seriously, and
it's obvious, Cenk.
But I do remember my parents' home phone number from when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Right?
I remember that number. I remember all my friends' numbers, and I know everyone's number.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's because you're old school.
I am old school, and I'm really good with numbers, but there's other stuff I don't remember. I mean, I can't remember movie titles. That's my job.
So that's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, I mean, but like we'll be doing reviews of movies, and they'll talk about, the last movies this director did, and I'm like, I don't even remember. I didn't know that movie, and we will have seen it like 7 months ago, and like reviewed it and talked about it, and I have no memory of it until I look it up, and I'm like, oh yeah, the one with the guy, and he was the spy and the girl, and he had sex with her, but they didn't really, and it made that person jealous. I saw that.
Robert Mitchum.
Yeah, that's right, Bob Mitchum. Yeah.
Yeah, I have my phone number is easy to remember. 213 Jimmy D. So that's real easy.
I thought it was 213 Anita D.
No. Oh, wait a minute.
It's interesting, and yes, digital dependence is eroding memory, but to me, the first part of what you said is what's interesting, the reliance on the phone to mean we don't have to remember anything, that I live in a world where, for me, I need to recall information for 7 minutes or an hour and a half, and then I can dispose of it. You have great recall and stuff you read. I frequently will read to do an interview or read to do something for this show, and I've forgotten it the next day. That's interesting, and that to me is digital. Obviously,
maybe you're dumb.
That's a possibility. But the notion of a phone number, which you had to memorize, otherwise that was the only way to call it, is now irrelevant because you store it on your phone. Why would you memorize it?
Well, it's not irrelevant because it's happened to all of us. We've either lost our phones or something happened to our phone where all the information's gone, all the data's gone, and then what do you do, right?
Panic.
Exactly. So there was a
That's
situation.
what God made panic for, right?
That's right.
There was a situation recently where my friend traveled to Greece, and they did rookie mistake. They left all of their stuff in a car before going to a beach because they thought, well, no one's going to steal it from a car, but they would steal it from a beach. Of course, they got everything stolen, so they don't have any numbers memorized. They don't know how to contact anyone in the United States. So it's important to remember these things, right? We rely a little too much on the technology.
But you don't. Yes, but you don't ever do it. You never have to do it. You never have to dial it.
And that's a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually think that the reason I'm interested in the story and I like it is because it's actually eroding other parts of our memory as well, and other functions that we're doing. Like no one can do math anymore, right? It started with...
50% of the people can't do math, and 75% also can't do math.
Right. Like, they don't bother anymore. And so everybody's used to looking up historical facts as well, so they don't remember historical facts. Right. So they're beginning to forget everything. Eventually, we're just going to talk to each other like, Mama.
That's called being...
Well, I'm curious if we look up a lot more stuff than ever before, right? The information's in the palm of our hands, and we're bombarded with new information on a daily basis. And maybe we have selective memory, where certain things stand out to us, and we'll remember it for the rest of our lives. And other information that we get through this technology, we might not consider as important, so it doesn't become part of our long-term memory. So this show, for instance, we do 10 stories a day, right? Max. 10 stories a day in each hour. I'm not going to remember every story, but there are certain stories with certain statistics that I'll never forget.